Hi, this is Betty Plus Books, and today I want to do a tarot-inspired TBR. So I'm going to be drawing 3 cards, and the idea is that you will pick one of these 3 cards. I'll flip each of them over, and then I'll make a recommendation based on the tarot card, either its meaning, its imagery, or something else about it. So here we go. So you've got 1, 2, 3 cards. Take a second to pick one and see what feels right for you. All right, now we'll flip over the first one. So this is actually the 9 of Cups inverted. So usually this card indicates that you've achieved some kind of abundance. So Cups is usually more about creativity and emotions and relationships. So since it's an inverted card, I want to find a book to recommend where someone has either lost their creativity or lost a bunch of their friends or is struggling with their emotions. I also feel like the 9 of Cups inverted can be pointing to envy of someone else's abundance, since the inversion is often like the dark side of the same card. So because of all that, for this 9 of Cups card, I'm going to recommend The Ace of Spades by Farida Abike Iamide. I know this is a really hyped up book lately, but it does have to do with losing friendships and losing relationships. It does have to do with envying others for the abundance they have. One of the characters even struggles a little bit with his creativity. I don't think he's really losing his creativity, but he is struggling a little bit with it. So I feel like in a lot of aspects, this fits this card perfectly, even though it is a very hyped up book. And I'm in the middle of reading this, but so far I'm like halfway through and the themes fit really, really well. Next, we're going to recommend a book based on The Hanging Man. So this is a card that's largely about sacrifice and thinking what you will sacrifice in order to achieve certain things and what the trade-offs are. So we are going to be looking for a book where a character or characters or even an institution or a government sacrifices something for the greater good. So for this card, I'm going to go with something else that just came in and popped in off the top of my head, and that is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Again, I'm not trying to recommend just hyped up books, but that's kind of what I've been reading lately, and it fits so well. In this book, the main character's in space, and he's dealing with a lot of trouble and trying to overcome a lot of obstacles in space, and he's trying to like live and he's trying to live, he's trying to save people, he's trying to get back to where he came from. But things keep popping up which prevent him from doing so. And he really has to make some hard trade-offs between, do I want to save myself or do I want to save others? Do I want to save these people or do I want to save those people? So it really is a lot about sacrifice and trade-offs and when those sacrifices can become worthwhile even if they're difficult. The third and final card we are flipping will be the Page of Swords. So the page is supposed to be representing newness and freshness. Pages usually represent children, young women, or very young men. And then swords represent challenges and ways of thinking. So coming to mind is a book that does focus on a young woman who is overcoming new challenges and kind of all on her own through demonstrating what she can do and how well she can do it. Has to convince a lot of other people to come to new ways of thinking that they haven't yet experienced. So this book I think fits this card very well. I don't have a copy of it, although I really should because this is one of my favorite books from childhood. This is a middle grade novel called First Test by Tamara Pierce. It's the first book in the Protector of the Small series. The second book in the series is called Page, so also the series overall fits kind of well with the theme. This is about a girl who, after night training opens up to women in the realm, is the first girl to actually go and try and train to become a knight. People are trying to, or not trying to, come around to the new way of thinking of women can be soldiers, women can be knights. So this is a really good read and I recommend it if you picked out this card. So that's it for today's tarot recommending a TBR. I hope you enjoyed the process of hearing what these cards mean and having me recommend books based on them. If you do read some of these books and you enjoy them, please let me know what you thought. Please let me know if you thought they fit the prompts. Until next time, happy reading.